Dealing with change or loss is an inevitable part of life. At some point, we all experience varying degrees of setbacks. Some of these challenges might be relatively minor, like not getting on a train or failing an exam, while others are disastrous on much larger scale, such as lockdown, violence, environmental crisis. Being able to respond to changing circumstances rapidly and quickly recover from setbacks requires us to be resilient. But what is resilience? In the context of this project, we look at resilience mostly in terms of personal capacities, believing that resilient individuals are more likely to engage with one another to act for more resilient communities. Resilience, then, is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. It is the ability to recover quickly, adapt to life's adversities, and cope with the mundane stresses of everyday living, which can prepare us for bigger challenges in the future. It is the ability to bounce back. Being resilient is about growth, adaptation, and staying well, cultivating something that can be called realistic optimism. It is about facing life's difficulties head on, enduring. Resilience includes the ability to regulate emotions, a sense of confidence and control, effective coping skills, and leaning on social support when needed. It is remaining calm in the face of disaster, being able to cope with stress and hardship, handle adversity, and rebuild lives after struggle. Resilience helps us control our responses to stressful situations resulting from uncertainty by being open, flexible, and willing to adapt to change. Resilience is the result of a complex series of internal and external factors, including genetics, physical fitness, mental health, and history and environment. Being resilient does not mean that people don't experience stress, emotional upheaval, and suffering. Demonstrating resilience includes working through emotional pain and suffering. Being more resilient means you're better able to navigate life's challenges from a place of strength and conviction. Resilience may also help you preempt and prevent adversities. The outcome of others successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences is having the mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and ability to adjust to both internal and external demands. Resilience can come in different forms. There is emotional resilience, in which a person can tap into realistic optimism even when dealing with a crisis. Mental resilience of understanding what's going on and processing it. Physical resilience, which refers to the body's ability to adapt to challenges and recover quickly. Community resilience refers to the ability of groups of people to respond to and recover from adverse situations, often known as social resilience. Emotional resilience involves being able to regulate emotions during times of stress. Resilient people are aware of their emotional reactions and tend to be in touch with their inner life. Because of this, they are also able to calm their mind and manage their emotions when they are dealing with negative experiences. This type of resilience also helps people maintain a sense of optimism when times are tough. Because they are emotionally resilient, they understand that adversity and difficult emotions won't last forever. Being able to regulate emotions during times of stress is a sign of resilience. Mental resilience refers to a person's ability to adapt to change and uncertainty. People who possess this type of resilience are flexible and calm during times of crisis. They use mental strength to solve problems, move forward, and remain hopeful even when they are facing setbacks. Mental resilience is all about thinking flexibly, being able to weigh your options, considering alternatives, conceptualizing step-by-step means to reach a goal, understanding different perspectives, and creatively problem solve. Physical resilience refers to how the body deals with change and recovers from physical demands, illnesses, and injuries. Research suggests that this type of resilience plays an important role in health. It affects how people age as well as how they respond and recover from physical stress and medical issues. Physical resilience is something that people can improve to a certain extent by making healthy lifestyle choices. Getting enough sleep, eating a nutritious diet, and engaging in regular exercise are just a few ways to strengthen this type of resilience. Social resilience, which may also be called community resilience, involves the ability of groups to recover from difficult situations. It involves people trusting each other, connecting, and working together to solve problems that affect them both individually and collectively. Aspects of social resilience include coming together, supporting each other socially, organizing networks, becoming aware of the risks that the community faces, and building a sense of community. Resilient people often have a number of different characteristics that help them weather life's challenges. Resilient people tend to be good communicators. They have high emotional intelligence and manage emotions effectively. They hold positive views of themselves and their abilities. They also possess the capacity to make realistic plans and stick to them. They view themselves as fighters rather than victims of circumstance. Some of the signs of resilience include a survival mentality. When people are resilient, they view themselves as survivors. They know that even when things are difficult, they can keep going until they make it through. Effective emotional regulation. Resilience is marked by an ability to manage emotions in the face of stress. This doesn't mean that resilient people don't experience strong emotions such as anger, sadness, or fear. It means that they recognize those feelings are temporary and can be managed until they pass. Feeling in control. Resilient people tend to have a strong internal locus of control and feel that their actions can play a part in determining the outcome of events. Being good at problem solving. When problems arise, resilient people look at the situation rationally and try to come up with solutions that will make a difference. Another sign of resilience is showing self-acceptance and self-compassion. Resilient people treat themselves with kindness, especially when things are hard. Finally, having a solid network of supportive people is another sign of resilience. Resilient people recognize the importance of support and knowing when they need to ask for help. The 7 C's of resilience. It's important to note that being resilient requires a skill set that you can work on and grow over time. Building resilience takes time, strength, and help from people around you. It depends on personal behaviors and skills like self-esteem or communication skills, as well as external things like social support and resources available to you. Resilient people have lower levels of stress and focus more on the present moment in response to challenges. The 7 C's resilience model was developed by Ken Ginsberg, a pediatrician specializing in adolescent medicine at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and a co-founder of the Center for Parent and Teen Communication to help children and adolescents build resilience. The 7 C's are competence, confidence, connection, character, contribution, coping, and control. With all these skills and factors in place, we can build inner strength and utilize outside resources, regardless of age. Competence is noticing what the person is doing right, when they are good at, providing them with opportunities to develop skills, take risks, practice, and fail. Especially, the last one is important, allowing the failure and recovery. Confidence. Confidence to navigate the world, think creatively, outside the box, giving feedback. Connection with self, other people, school, communities. It's about trust, building and maintaining relationships. Character, developing a sense of right and wrong, cultivating integrity, ability to follow a moral compass. Contribution, doing something for others, sharing thinking, being of service to others, to community. Coping, being aware of own coping strategies, developing and practicing healthy coping strategies. For example, practicing mindfulness or breath exercises. Control is about giving opportunities for people to take responsibility for others, process, or objects. So far, we've been looking at resilience in individuals and most resources referring to well-being of individuals viewing it with positive lens. Resilience is presented almost as a marker of being healthy, as something we should all aspire to, something desirable, something that can be achieved through practice to make our life better. This focus on individual effort can take our attention away from systemic problems that generate adversity, which causes people and environment to be vulnerable, as stress, facing risks, and degradation. Thinking and acting for personal resilience only redirects all our attention from the source of the problem, vulnerable communities and individuals, as constantly handle stress and risk. Stress, as applied to human society and social systems, is influenced by human agency, power, and conflict. Institutions, social relations, and history determine who will suffer and who will endure. Abuse of power, injustice, and inequality may be the very cause of vulnerability. The concept of resilience becomes particularly problematic in societies where people live under oppression, being denied their rights. Some questions to consider then. Here are just some sample questions to engage with critically when thinking about and working with resilience and stories. What is ultimate resilience? Is true resilience possible? When is resilience a bad thing? What is resilience really for? Can we be resilient without adversity? If not, should we still want to be resilient? How are resilience and justice connected? Should we focus our efforts on building personal resilience or creating just and equitable systems and societies? Let's move to the practical part now.